It looks like Mercedes has finally found their groove, huh? 2 wins in a row and Hamilton with fire in his eyes. But hold on, things are just heating up. Imagine this. While we're celebrating the victory, our 7-time champion is stirring things up with the FIA. Yeah, folks, Hamilton isn't messing around and he's demanding changes. But is this good or bad for the sport? And check this out. While all this fuss is going on, Mercedes is working behind the scenes on some surprises for the upcoming races. Could there be a big reveal on the way? Want to know all the details of this crazy story? Stick with us until the end of the video, and I'll tell you everything in full detail. And if you love staying on top of all things F1, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Let's get into it. Guys, let's get straight to the point. Lewis Hamilton is fed up, and for good reason. After the British GP, he didn't hold back and criticized FIA President Mohammed bin Sulayem. But why? Here's the deal. Hamilton is tired of the FIA's inconsistent decisions. He said these decisions are hurting the sport, especially when it comes to applying rules during races. Imagine giving it your all and suddenly a strange decision changes everything? It's enough to drive anyone crazy. Hamilton isn't asking for little. He wants a change in administration to ensure impartiality and fairness in races. He emphasized the importance of having strong and transparent leadership to maintain the integrity of Formula One, and it doesn't stop there. The 7-time champion is also frustrated with some penalties he considers unfair. According to him, these decisions are not only harming the drivers, but the sport as a whole. The question is, will the FIA listen to Hamilton's plea? And more importantly, will these changes, if they happen, really improve things in F1? Now, let's talk about what's happening behind the scenes at Mercedes. It seems the team is fired up after these 2 consecutive wins. Mercedes is planning to bring more updates for the next 2 GPs. That's right, they mean business. The goal? Keep this momentum and leave the competition in the dust. But what are these updates exactly? Well, the team is focused on further improving the car's performance. They're talking about some aerodynamic enhancements that will make the car stick to the track better. And it doesn't stop there. They're also making some mechanical adjustments based on data from recent races. Toto Wolff, that good-natured Austrian, is confident. He said these changes will help keep Mercedes competitive and possibly even secure more wins this season. The big question is, will these updates be enough to keep Mercedes on top? Or are Red Bull and the other teams already preparing a counterattack? By the way, if you're enjoying these hot F1 updates, give that subscribe button a click down below. It's quick and helps the channel a lot. While we're here talking about Hamilton, we can't forget about the other Mercedes driver, George Russell. The guy had an intense weekend at Silverstone, and there are some interesting lessons to take from it. After a double pit stop for intermediate tires, Russell's car started having water temperature issues. The result? He had to retire from the race after 33 laps. Russell was, of course, disappointed. He said, "We had a car for a double podium under normal dry track conditions." You can feel the guy's frustration, right? But not everything is tears. Russell is confident that Mercedes is back in the game. He mentioned that now they will fight for victories more frequently. And more. He feels good about himself and the car. That's a huge positive sign for the team. Toto Wolff, the Mercedes boss, also commented on the race. He admitted it wasn't easy, but he was excited about the pace they showed early on. Now, the big question is, has Mercedes really come back strong? Will we see more victories from Hamilton and maybe even from Russell in the upcoming races? One thing is for sure, the season is getting more and more exciting, and Mercedes seems to be back in the race to fight at the front. The British GP was thrilling and couldn't have had a better farewell for Hamilton's last win with Mercedes there. Lewis said his focus now is to give his all for Mercedes until the end of 2024. He wants to squeeze every last drop of performance out of that silver car. But deep down, we know next year he'll be with Ferrari. The craziest part is thinking Hamilton is playing 4D chess with this move. On one hand, he wants to end on a high note with Mercedes. On the other, he's already planning how to shake up Ferrari in 2025. The big question is, will Hamilton in red be as unbeatable as he was in silver? Or will Ferrari be the biggest challenge of his career? Or better yet, Will Hamilton return to Mercedes one day? Man, what a beautiful story that would be. One thing's for sure, 2025 promises to be a breathtaking year in F1. Seeing the 7-time champion in red will be quite a sight. But guys, while we're here thinking about the future, there's a lot happening in the present. And you know what's making all the difference on the tracks? No, it's not the DRS or the fuel system. It's something much more basic. Imagine this. What if I told you the real MVP of the recent races wasn't a driver or a car, but a set of rubber? That's right. I'm talking about the tires. It seems Mercedes has discovered the magic formula to make those wheels last longer. And it's not just about lasting, it's about lasting while maintaining performance. Want to know how they're doing it? Then hang tight because we're about to unravel this mystery right now. Tire management was the secret behind the victory at Silverstone. According to Peter Bonington, Lewis has become a true Jedi master of tires. While everyone else was sliding around, burning rubber like crazy, Hamilton was out there driving as if he was walking on eggshells. But don't think it's easy. It's a delicate dance between pushing the car to its limits and at the same time not destroying the tires. It's like trying to run a marathon while balancing an egg on a spoon. And check this out. The team kept adjusting the strategy as track conditions changed. It was like a high-speed chess game. What's amazing is that this meticulous approach was crucial not only for the win at Silverstone, but has been essential in keeping Mercedes competitive. They've turned a weakness into a strength. So, folks, what do we take away from all this? On one hand, we have Hamilton gearing up for an epic switch to Ferrari in 2025. On the other, he's showing why he's considered one of the greatest of all time, mastering the art of tire management with Mercedes. The big question is, will Hamilton take all this knowledge to Ferrari? Is Ferrari up to Hamilton's standards? And Mercedes? Will they find a driver who can perform as well as Hamilton? Man, the pressure on this guy will be intense. One thing is certain, the future of F1 is more unpredictable and exciting than ever. Hamilton's move to Ferrari in 2025 will shake up the grid, but until then, we still have a lot to see with him at Mercedes. So, what do you think will happen? Will Hamilton keep dominating until the end of 2024? And how will his partnership with Ferrari be? Leave your opinion in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any F1 news. See you next time, folks.